Hi everybody, in this example what we're going to be doing is putting together a worksheet that has to do with a grade roster at like a school. And the labels that we know we have that we're going to need are for students and for the different tests that they're taking. So I was saying in the beginning of all this with the past videos is that in order to come up with a worksheet, the first step really is to figure out what your labels need to be. And in this case, our labels are going to be the students and the different tests. And we'll have maybe the students on the side. We'll have the different tests along the top and kind of work it from there. So we're going to start with, first of all, I'm going to make column A just a little bit wide, a little bit narrower. I want to use that as kind of like a margin to give it a little bit different look here. And then what I'm going to do over here at B, I'm going to go ahead and type in the title of this worksheet. We're going to type in King Lahaina High and Surf School. Okay. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and maybe over at C1 here, I'm going to put in the, or start with putting in the different tests that we have. So I'm going to type in, first of all, let's say test 01. Now it's kind of interesting when you type in text along with a number, or a number with text, it doesn't matter which way you go, you can actually duplicate this all the way across, kind of like what we've done in other examples where we've got like, we started with January, we got February and March. Here, what will happen is we're going to get test 2, test 3, test 4. So we're going to have a total of 20 tests. Now to do this, we just go back to the cell, bottom right hand corner, and I drag this out. And I take this as far as, I just keep on hitting the wall there a little bit. Bring that out to where it says test 20. And there we go. So that's my first set of labels. My other set of labels are going to be the actual people, you know, the students that are in the class. So we're going to start out with Chip. And we'll put in Kathy. Then through the magic of video, I'll get the rest of the names in there, save some time. And there we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, now the next step is to actually put in the different test scores that we have. So we've got, what about 7 or 8 students? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 8 students. We've got about 20 tests. That's quite a few test scores to put in. Well, we're going to start with that first column here. So the first one's going to be 83, and then 78, and then 75, then 61, 72, 80, 72, and 75. And then through the, oh, I got to fix this one here. This would be a 78 there. Okay. And now through the magic of video, there we go. So all the test scores. So you didn't have to sit through all that and watch me laboriously typing in each of those numbers. So that takes care of that part. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and total up the total test scores for all the students on each one of the tests. So I'll go here and I'll type in the word total. And then over here, we're going to do an auto sum for this, for all these columns here. So we're just going to select that area, just like that. And we're going to go back into the Home tab, click on our auto sum, and there it goes. So there they all are. And then we'll do the same thing over here at the end. We'll put another total in there. And then do the auto sum for those. So take that, hit the auto sum, there we go. Okay, so now we'll go back here. And now I think the next thing I want to do, let's first of all though look at the labels that we have here on row 2 and how wide they are in respect to the actual numbers that are in there. So because we've got such small numbers, it just seems like such a waste of having so much width there, making the spreadsheet so much wider than what it should be. So one way to kind of get around this is to maybe change the alignment of these these labels, or I should say the orientation of them. So instead of them being flat, I'm thinking about maybe making them go vertical, totally. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll select this range of labels. I think I'll take the total as well. Let me just do it again here. So we're going to take all these labels, and then what we'll do is we'll go back into the Home tab, and in there we have, in the alignment area, a button here called Orientation. So we go ahead and just click onto that, and I want to go with this Rotate Text Up, this one right here. So I'll click onto that. It all goes vertical. And then what I'll do is, while we're in that mode, I'll go ahead and I'll select everything here. I'll double click it, and that way I get the border, or not the border, but the width all nice and changed there. So that's a much narrower amount of area to work with. It's a lot easier to see on one screen, and plus too, when we go to print it, it's going to be a lot easier to print. We're not going to have to shrink it too much, probably not shrink it at all, to fit onto one page. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this title and get it so it's perfectly centered over the entire width of the worksheet here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that range right there. Go back into Home, go to the Merge and Center, and there we go on that one. Now if I go back and I select everything and just point to one of the borders and double click it, then I'm going to get that. So that's a much nicer look there, for one. Then the other thing I'm thinking about is putting in quarterly breakdowns. So in other words, what we have here are 20 tests, and they were taken over a 4-quarter period. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert an additional row, and I'm going to put that at row 2. So I'm going to do a right click on row 2. I'm going to hit Insert, and that's going to put a new row in there for me. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first slot here, and I'm going to type in quarter 1, just like that. And then what I want to do is put that quarter perfectly centered over the first 5 tests, because that's what quarter 1 consists of, are those 5 tests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select from here over to there. I'm going to do my Merge and Center, and there's quarter 1, just like that. I'm going to go here to the second set here. I'm going to type in quarter 2, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and I'll select those up to the 10. Do a Merge and Center on that one. Pretty nice. And the same thing here for quarter 3. Go back and select that range, Merge and Center. And for the last one and least here, quarter 4. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just kind of select that, hit the Merge and Center, and there we go. And what I'm also going to do is, speaking of centering, is I'm going to take all of these labels here, and we're going to make them centered. So I'm going to go ahead and center them this way. And this way here, we'll get them centered within the cell there. All right. And then I can do one more quick, select everything, double click any one of the borders here, and nothing happens, so I'm good. So everything's all nice and tight perfectly. Now I can go ahead and I'll select this whole area here, and I'm going to make it bold, make it stand out a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing with this over here. We'll make that bold. We'll make our test scores down here bolded. And we'll go ahead and select this area here and make those bold as well. So kind of get it to kind of stand out a little bit. The other big thing is I want to get all of the numbers in just maybe in a comma format. Primarily for column W here, but what I'll do here is I'll just select everything just like that. I'll go back up here and do the comma format. And now it's gotten a little bit wider because of the fact that it gives us 2 decimal places as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll knock those off just by decreasing the decimal. There we go. And then once again, I'll select everything, double click it, and that gets it in there. And what I'll do is I'll zoom out just a little bit so we can see this a little better. All right, so there seems to be something just a little funny about the amount of space that's being taken up here. When I got done doing that comma formatting up there, it's really what it's done is it's added extra space on the right side of the numbers there. And that's really kind of throwing it all off. It's really making it a lot wider than what it needs to be. This is what they call accounting formatting, and it always wants to put a little extra space on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and we're going to get rid of the accounting part of this accounting format and get it so where we can have a lot less space being taken up in there, right? So what we'll do is we'll select this whole area again, okay? We're going to go back up into the dialog box. Make sure you go in the Home tab. We'll go in the dialog box of number right here. Click onto that. This little window pops up, and it kind of shows you the formatting that we're using right now. What I want to do instead is just go with number formatting. So we're going to click on a number here. All right. We're going to tell it we want the comma separator, for the ones at the end here. And we want no decimal places, all right? So this is very simple. Just choose this. We hit OK, all right? Now what will happen is if I go back in there and select everything and go ahead and double click this, all right, it gets to be a lot narrower. That's pretty good. And all the centering all looks really good here. It's all kind of like laid out there pretty nice. What I'm also going to do is I'll go back up here to the top and I'm going to make that title a little bit bigger. So I just hit that up A there. That'll make it go like that. That looks good. The next thing is maybe make these just a little bit bigger. So I'll make that increase something like that, or maybe like that. And that's about 12 point. These are still at 11 point. I think we'll keep them there. Now the next thing is the borders. I'll click on the top one here, and what we'll do is we'll go to our font group here. We'll hit this little drop down, and we're going to tell it that we want a thick bottom border. Do something like that. And we can do the same thing on this one here. We'll select this row, and I'll hit the thick bottom border, and I'll select this row here. We want the thick bottom border. And then down here, what we'll do is we'll go, in this case, with just the top and bottom border, not as thick. And there we go. All right, now we can add maybe a little bit of color to this. I'll start up in this area right here. Kind of go down like that. Go into my little paint bucket, which is in the Home tab here. And we can kind of hover over this and come up with maybe different colors. So maybe we'll do, maybe for the first one, maybe like green, all right? And then for the second quarter, we can select that and go back in there and maybe go with maybe a blue, all right? Third one, we can select that range. Going down there, and then we'll go maybe with a yellow. And then this one here, we'll go with maybe a gray, something like that. For the labels, maybe over here, the spot here, maybe go, in that case, with maybe a light gray. And we'll do maybe the same thing on this side. Select that area, and again, do the light gray. We could just hit the face of it here because that was the last color that we picked. And there we go. And as I've suggested in the other videos, when it comes to putting together worksheets, it's always nice maybe to put together a graph to kind of paint a picture of your numbers. So let's say that we want to do a graph of our test scores, kind of like the aggregate or the total down here of all the tests. So what we can do here is we can go ahead and select that range right there. Then hold down the control key and select this range down here. Okay. And then go back into the Insert tab. We'll go over to our charts area here, and we're going to go with a, we'll just go with a two-dimensional cluster, as we call it. So we'll click onto that. We can then kind of scroll down here a little bit. And what you want to do is kind of drag this, see where I'm at here, drag that down to about there. Let go, kind of wheel down with your mouse, and then we'll kind of go across like this and make it wider, just like that. Now, a few things with this. We'll double click any one of the bars. We'll go over here to our gap, and we'll bring the gap down quite a bit. There we go. We'll go over to the paint bucket here. We'll go to the fill and tell it that we want to vary it by point. There we go on that. And that's not too bad. And then maybe we can also, if you want to put a title on it, we'll click on the title here. We'll hit our formula bar. We'll hit our equal, and then click on to the title here. Hit the enter key, and that will then link it down there for us. And then while it's selected, go back to the Home tab, make it maybe a little bit bigger, and make it bold. And there we go. So it's not too bad. And if you want to get an idea of how the tests are trending, are they trending to be going up or going down, what you can do is click onto the graph, hit the Elements button here, tell it that you want a trend line, and there we go. And then what you can do to make that trend line stand out a little bit more, you can double click it like that. We can go to the paint bucket here, and we can go ahead and make the width of it, or the thickness of it, a little bit thicker. And we can also then make it maybe a solid line. And we can also give it a different color. Maybe make it kind of a red there. And there we go. All right, so now you've got a nice graph. What you're seeing here overall is that, believe it or not, test after test after test, the trend has actually been going down as far as the scores, as you can see here. Very slight, but the trend is going down. Could be the fact that the students are getting tired. Kind of like maybe like you are watching this 18-minute video. Okay, so anyway, so hopefully this will come in handy. Some of these tools that I showed you here today when you're putting together your own worksheets. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.